If you want to get started and grow on guitar, you have to learn how to strum well. In this video, I'll be talking about some foundational strum patterns to get you started. Stick around. Hey everyone, welcome to Jack of All Staves, where we teach the skills you need to be successful on drums, bass, guitar, piano, and the theory that binds them. My name is Robert, and today we're going to be talking about some different kinds of strum patterns to get you started playing guitar. So if you're anything like me, when you start playing guitar, you're excited to play some cool chords, some fancy riffs. You want to be able to do the cool shredding stuff that people do up here. You want to be able to play some fancy chords. And that's all well and good, but if you look back to my video that I had about the 3 foundations of music, the lowest part of that is rhythm. And for most people starting guitar, the fastest way to get good rhythm is to learn some good strum patterns and to associate them with the correct timing. Now, the way I'm teaching today, I'm going to be using a pick, and I'm going to be doing some full strum patterns across all 6 strings. There are variations of this. If you're playing more classically, you might be using just your fingers and doing some fancy things like this. But for today, we're just going to be working on the pick. If you're just starting out, you might want to start by using a thinner pick rather than a thicker one, because as you're learning how to move across the strings, a thin pick has more give to it, so it'll bend more and easier. If you have a thick one, it's going to just hammer on those strings, and you could potentially end up breaking a string more easily until you learn how to control it more appropriately. But when you find a pick that you like, you can get a couple different sizes from your local guitar store or music store, or otherwise you can find them on Amazon, Guitar Center. I have links for both those locations in the description below. When you find one that you like, it's important to learn how to hold it. I like to think of the pick pointing down my pointer finger, like that, and then my thumb comes across, and so it's kind of pinched that way, so almost like a T with my thumb and my pointer finger with the pick pointing down, and you can adjust a little bit in there to get it the way that you want, but in general the pick almost ends up acting like an extension of my pointer finger to get where I want it to go, and I can do a lot of stuff like that, but I can even use it for my strumming here. Before jumping into specific strum patterns, it's helpful to get used to the feeling of moving down and up. That sort of motion will be consistent throughout all the strum patterns we're going to be working on today. Even if we don't always hit the strings every single time we're moving this way, we can make that motion work for us. A lot of people when they're playing guitar will kind of strum their guitar like this. Not the worst thing in the world, but it's much more fluid if you keep your hand moving like this. And if you look at my hand there, it just goes down and up the entire time without having to be a little more forced and robotic. When you're playing down and up, you want to make sure that you are adjusting your pick in your hands so that the pick can slide across the strings whichever way it's going. If you have the wrong angle with the pick, facing this way for example, you're going to get stuck. So you want to make sure you angle your pick so that it's sliding across without resistance. When you're starting out, my suggestion is to mute all the strings by just gently placing your fingers on top of them. Don't press down, but just touch the strings so that they're not able to ring out. You basically are dampening the sound by doing this. And this can be great because you can start really working on using your guitar as a rhythmic instrument from the very beginning. And then when you add all the notes on top of that, you're already going to have a nice, firm, established sense of rhythm in your playing. I'm going to take you through some of my favorite foundational strum patterns here. If you are interested in going further or practicing them more in a different tempos with me, I'll make that playlist available in a link here in the video. If you don't already have one, I'd suggest investing in either a metronome or a metronome app. I have mine set to 60 beats per minute, which sounds like this. And that high-pitched sound you heard at the beginning is beat 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the first strum pattern that we're going to work on is just downstrokes on beats 1, 2, 3, and 4. And don't forget to keep that nice motion going while you're playing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. Now that might look simple, but if you're new to guitar, just getting that motion and getting that steady rhythm is really important, so don't overlook it. The second pattern is going to add the ands between 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's going to look and sound like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So remember, we're playing the downstrokes on beats 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the upstrokes on the ands between them. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... It's also really good, I found, and this isn't maybe a strum pattern that you use very much unless you're playing in a ska band or something, to work on just playing the up beats, the ands between 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... By doing that and just isolating the ands, you're training your mind to hear that subdivision more clearly. Once you're comfortable with these foundational strum patterns, you can start adding some variations to them, which can help make things more interesting as well. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Once you get more comfortable with these strum patterns, you can start adding them in with different chords that you're learning to create the foundation for playing or even writing your own songs. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and sign up for notifications to keep up with all that we're doing going forward. And feel free to leave a comment with any questions or suggestions for things I should cover in a future video. Thanks, have a great day.